It is your Classic Metal Show right here on the ClassicMetalShow.com. Kicking off the show tonight, we heard something from one of our favorite bands, American Dog, with Just Another Day in Paradise. And we wrapped up there with some GNR from the GNR Lies with 1 in a Million. And a 1 in a Million coming to the mic, my good friend and partner, Chris Aiken. What's going on, Chris?
What is up, sir? How we doing?
We're back, man. Again.
We are. How about that?
This week flew by.
It did go fast. I can't believe we're already doing this again. Seems like I just finished editing video.
Yeah, I know. What I found funny this week, I listened back to a few snippets from last week. Mm-hmm. At the beginning of the show when you were ranting and raving and talking about, man, I just didn't even want to do the show tonight, and I'm not in the mood, and, you know, right. I'm just ready to quit. Then, of course, we turned around and put out a stellar show.
Yeah, we did pretty good last week. I listened to a few segments back. It was pretty fun.
Yeah. Cooter smiles to you, my friend.
Cooter smiles to you as well, sir.
I loved it.
Yeah, Cooter smiles was good.
My nephew was, God damn, that was fucking funny.
Well, it's going to be more funny because I actually did start building Cooter Smiles.
I'm sure you did.
So I did invest a little bit of time. It's going to take a lot more time than I thought.
But you know, it's a work in progress. If it's going to be anything worthwhile, you got to take your time. It's got to be well thought out. Who knows? You might build a Cooter Smile search engine that all the big porn sites want and say, I'll give you a couple $1 million for Cooter Smiles.
Please let the rest of my life be working in a career in porn. Yeah. That would be the ultimate ending to my world. Just spend the last 10 years of my life just working on porn.
Well, here's the thing. With everything, you know, moving online, just, you know, due to the recent circumstances and whatnot, online existence is going to be more and more. And this is exactly the right time to have something like that, something that's user-friendly, something that's fun to repeat. Instead of going, say, oh, I'm going to go to RedTube. Like, what's RedTube, you know? But something as blatant as Pornhub, you go, oh, Pornhub. But Cooter Smiles sounds like a happy place.
It does. Sounds like a good place to hang out.
Yeah,
Cooter
it's
Smiles.
like, yeah, check out Cooter Smiles. And it's like, oh, yeah. So I think it's the best of both worlds. It's a sinister thing for those of you who are not porn aficionados or think that pornography is a destructive force, but for those of you who enjoy that, it's kind of a happy thing because somebody says, yeah, when I get home tonight, I'm going to spank it to some Cooter Smiles. Oh, man, I check that site out all the time.
And for people that don't want the nudity, we'll have a section of just the guy Cooter from the Dukes of Hazzard smiling.
There you go.
That'll be the clean section.
Exactly.
Of Cooter Smiles.
Exactly. So, yeah, I think we stumbled onto something good there, so.
I would say.
You know me, I'm not a big porn guy, but I think it's funny. And from a marketing standpoint, I think it's a genius idea.
Oh, I think so. I'm all in now with Cooter Smiles.
Yeah.
Believe you me.
So we'll make Cooter Smiles something to be reckoned with.
That's right.
In the adult entertainment industry. I could see it at the AVN Awards in Las Vegas. You know, this presentation brought to you by Cooter Smiles.
Best new website award, Cooter Smiles.
Exactly. There you go.
Me and you accepting the award.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm going to be like the what's the guy that was Steve Jobs' partner, but he really wasn't that known.
Woj?
Yeah.
Wojnarowski or whatever.
Yeah, I'll be that guy. You could be the face of Cooter Smiles. Everybody will know the Chris Aiken, and then I'll be like that second fiddle guy, you know.
Yeah, why not? That guy made his billions too.
Sure he did. I mean, everybody knows Mark Zuckerberg, but nobody remembers the other guys that really built Facebook.
No, they certainly don't.
Those other two dudes that sold their interest in Facebook to Zuckerberg.
Yeah, they got fucked over.
Yeah, well, you know what? They made out okay. I mean, obviously they're not the billionaires that Zuckerberg is, but at least they walked away with some pretty big money.
Yeah, they got good money, but I'm sure they feel ripped off when they see that thing is worth, $100 billion or whatever it is.
Well, whatever. You know what? I'll be those guys. I'll take those guys' piece of the action.
I know that's right. I would too.
Yeah, you know what? How much money do you really need?
Well, and let's be honest. Wouldn't you rather be the guy that got paid big money and went away quietly instead of being the face of fucking Facebook right now?
I would.
Oh, fuck that.
Yeah, so, whatever. But, hey, we'll see what happens. Cooter smiles. I see it coming to a porn shop near you or to a virtual porn shop near you.
Well, we're going to have our own web browser at some point. The Cooter Smiles browser.
There you go.
I have ideas. I definitely have ideas now.
I know you do. It just takes that little spark.
There's now an outline that's been written.
I'm sure there is. Well, you've had some experience with a little bit of it already, with working for other people, so you can kind of glean what you've learned there and apply it to your own project.
That's right. Believe me, it's coming.
Yeah, I believe it. But anyway, we did a pretty good show last week in spite of everything, and I'm glad you toughed it out and didn't just throw in the towel and go, fuck it, I'm just not doing the show. I'm just fed up.
It's 6 hours. Anybody can make it through 6 hours. I've done 6 hours so drunk I couldn't see. So what's being a little pissed off? That's just good for the show.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, nothing too eventful happened for me this week. It was just basically work and home. Nothing really, that stands out for me. I did a episode of Skull Sessions on Monday with Bob Nelbandian and our good friend Jim Curl and our own Kendall Peters. We did Skull Sessions session, I guess you call it.
Let me guess the topic. Do I even need to guess the topic?
Well, it was for James' book, his book, the Into the Fire.
Right.
And I was just asked to be there for commentary, and Kendall was asked there to be, commentary from someone who is of a younger generation.
Yeah. I was going to say, I doubted it was on the history of death metal.
No, it wasn't. it was just sort of like an infomercial for James's new book.
That's cool.
So I don't know when that's going to come out, but it was fun. It was a good segment with Bob, obviously leading the way, and James giving the lowdown as to his how he came upon doing the book, and a lot of the highlights for him in writing the book, and then of course mine and Kendall's input on it. So it was good.
That's good.
Lots of fun. So I appreciate Bob allowing me to be a part of his Skull Sessions.
There you go. Very cool.
Now, how is your new podcast going along? I know you've been releasing 1 or 2 episodes a week.
Yeah, we're doing releases every Monday and Thursday. We're still cranking them out. It's like anything else. When you start, it's slow on most things. We did really well with Nightwish. Had a lot of people that downloaded the Nightwish, which we still can't figure out how that exactly happened, because we didn't get it picked up anywhere, like Blabbermouth or Guitar Magazine or whatever. We didn't get picked up anywhere, but thousands of people downloaded that one. It's going good though. You know what? It's fun, and it gives me my outlet that I need away from this style of music, away from the classic metal style, to go and explore some different shit that I love. So, right now it's fun, and Matt and I are just really more, finding our chemistry and finding our interviewing technique, and and figuring out all the bugs of how we're going to promote it and stuff like that. So it's a different animal, but it's growing. It's doing fine. It's been fun. The interviews have been really good. We pretty much have been doing interviews every Wednesday. We do 2 or 3 interviews every Wednesday. We've already done, I think we've published 10 and we've done 20.
All right. So you got material for the next at least 5 weeks if you didn't do anything more.
Exactly. And that was kind of our goal, was that, we want to always be about 30 days ahead. Mm-hmm. So that especially with my schedule, how it gets goofy sometimes, it probably makes sense that we get a little bit ahead, so that on weeks when I have to, travel to Pittsburgh or whatever, especially recovering from fucking all the nonsense. There's going to be a point where I'm not available to do it. So we're trying to stay ahead of the game a little bit.
Right. Absolutely. Well, since you mentioned Pittsburgh, what's the situation with the pinball PA? Or is it picking up steam at all? Or people still have trepidation about coming out, or how's the business going?
It's slow. It's definitely slow. But in a very nice twist, it looks like we're going to get some money finally from the fucking government. So, dude, out of the blue, I got an email saying, "Hey, you've been approved for this much money," and I was like, "Oh, thank God!" Only fucking 3 months late, but I'll take it. So now we're just waiting to, how that goes. Everything's approved until it's not.
Right.
Until you see it, it hasn't happened. But allegedly, we're going to get a little something to cover some of the bills, and that's a good thing. And as far as people coming out, I think 2 weeks from now is when we're really going to see it. I mean, we've done more business already today or this week than we did last weekend, and we still have a day left, so that's good. And Pittsburgh goes to green phase, whatever the fuck that means, on June 19th. And at least that's when all the fucking scared pussies will be like, "Oh, I can go out now. Now I won't get sick because the calendar turned to June 19th.
Right, of course.
So since the calendar is going to kill the virus on June 19th, that's when we're really expecting to start seeing legitimate business again.
Well, that's when the virus expires.
That's what, yeah, exactly.
It has a shelf date. It has a shelf life. It gets spoiled after the 19th.
It's amazing how the virus knows a calendar as well.
Yeah, well, it knows black people, and it knows Hispanics, and it knows the calendar. It's a very, very intelligent virus. It knows who to affect, and it knows when to cancel out.
It knows not to affect anybody if they're looting or rioting. It knows that too.
It does.
Don't forget that part. You can gather by the thousands, and that's okay.
Yeah,
and nobody's gonna get sick there.
Right. It's one of the most intelligent viruses that China has ever launched on the world.
I'm telling you, it's a virus full of little computer programs. Tells it exactly how to act.
Well, they are good at math.
Yeah, apparently.
Yeah. So they've just injected that gene into the virus that they're good at math.
There it is.
So it's able to figure it all out.
Yeah. Should have been called the statistical virus instead of the coronavirus.
Yeah, no kidding.
Jeez.
I mean, the coronavirus sounds more like a Mexican virus.
It does.
Yeah,
it's just proof positive that people are beyond stupid and gullible.
Well, I've been out there hitting the trail pretty hard, and I see people out there, and I noticed I did not see one mask this week at all.
Okay, well, when you were like running?
Yeah. We last couple of weeks ago, people were on the trail riding their bikes or walking or jogging wearing a mask. This week, I did not see anyone wearing a mask on the trail.
I know for Pinball PA, we got a bunch of calls, and that's the first question out of everybody's mouth. Do I have to wear a mask? Nope. Not if you don't want to.
Right. So, yeah, I noticed there's definitely a change in the attitude, and I was out this afternoon. I did about 4.5 miles today, and boy, I'll tell you, there was not a lot of people on the trail, but a lot of people out in cars and at the stores, and I just a lot of traffic. In my little area here, I noticed a lot of people were out doing stuff. So it was just like, oh, it's a nice day. It's summertime. I guess the threat is over.
Yeah. It was fine when it was winter and shitty weather, but now that it's nice, fuck that virus. I'm going out.
Well, the heat kills the virus anyway, so we got nothing to worry about.
Yeah, we're fine. It's all good.
Yeah.
Guess what? It was all good before, too.
It's just all in your head.
Yeah. I'm not saying that it wasn't real, that there wasn't some virus out there that did make people sick, but yeah, it wasn't something that was going to kill everybody. That's for goddamn sure.
Nope. So, yeah, it feels pretty normal for me anyway. Not that a whole lot changed for me at all, but the weirdness seems to be subsiding a bit.
Yeah, well, And if it isn't a hoax and it is real, then we're going to see a bunch of deserving people dead in the next 5 days.
Yeah, let's just hope.
Yeah, I'm actually hoping that it is a real thing, and that and that the bulk of those people that were out there with no masks destroying their cities will start getting sick and dropping dead.
Yeah.
That would be nice.
Well, I don't really see anybody. I don't see a lot of them dropping dead per se, because I've been listening. I've heard a few of the statistics on this virus, and at least the data that they've gathered so far, the virus, you have a 0.0054% chance of dying from this thing.
No. That's unfortunate.
I mean, it's like half of 1%.
I can just see the hospitals now being overloaded with people with glass shards in their hair and fucking spray paint on their fingers, dying of COVID from the last 2 weeks.
What a mess. I'm glad I'm glad I just don't live in the big urban areas like Chicago or any of the big ones, Los Angeles, New York, Philadelphia,
Twinsburg.
You didn't see anything going on around your place, did you?
We have one tomorrow at 3:30.
Oh, really? What, like a rally?
A protest.
Oh, a protest.
March.
Well, what are they going to protest?
Black Lives Matter, man.
Really?
Yeah, I was thinking about going.
Well, I'm going to go with Jericho Green on this one. It's not BLM, it's CBLM. It's certain Black Lives Matter.
Right.
Because that's the truth. Because, apparently during these riots, 6 African Americans were killed, but I didn't see one thing from Black Lives Matter talking about it.
No, they don't care.
Not one.
Yeah. Everything's in justification mode right now. I'm astounded watching it. And I just think to myself, I keep seeing people on stupid Facebook just battling it out. Oh, this is that, and that is this, and this is how you should think. No, and I'm just like, you know what? Black lives don't matter. White lives don't matter. Your life don't matter. My life don't matter. Nobody's life matters. Take care of yourself. Worry about yourself. Be a good person. And that's it. Since when do you have to be part of the collective? Since when do you have to be okay?
Well, it's got to be the group think.
Yeah, fuck that. Fuck that. I see that the Pussy of the Year award goes to Drew Brees this week for saying what he actually thought, and then a couple people questioning him and go, "Oh, wait a minute, I'm sorry."
Did he apologize? Did he apologize?
Not once, but twice.
Oh my.
First he did a statement apology, then he did a upon reflection video.
Really? He said, well, after thinking it over.
Yeah.
Is that really what he did? See, I haven't been following it. I just saw that, I just saw that he was catching some flack, but that was early in the week and I never really picked up on it after that.
So basically he said what he felt and now he's going to lie about it to make other people feel good. That's really what it comes down to. Let's not fool ourselves that his apology is real, because it's not. His apology is bullshit. His real thought was the first thought. His real thought was the first thought. And, but people want an ounce of blood, so they got the ounce of blood, I guess.
Yeah. Well, let's just put it this way. Mm-hmm. You're never going to get the truth from anyone who's got money on the line.
Yeah, no way.
Anytime there's commercial money on the line, be it a sports figure or TV actor, movie actor, or politician, or whomever it might be, if there's money behind it, you're never going to get the truth, which is why you tune into this show, because there's no money behind this show. And Chris and I do not take a dime from anyone. And so that's why you'll always get the truth here.
We don't care. Worst thing's ever going to happen to us is that they shut it down. Whatever. That happens, it happens. But it would have to be a long way down before they shut us down.
Yeah, exactly. So anyway, I paid the Spreaker today for another year.
Oh, was that due? I forgot all about that.
$500.
Oof.
$4.99. So we're good for another year.
That's a big bite.
So, I want to thank everybody who bought hats and shirts over the last week. They've been flying out the door here the last couple of weeks. I've filled more orders in the last 2 weeks than I have in the last 6 or 8 months.
Dude, you got to get that new logo. I was thinking about this.
Mm-hmm.
Could you get Kendall to go back to work a little bit on this thing and have the new logo, but then underneath it write something like the Truth Network or something like that?
We could do that. That's not an issue at all.
Because I think that would be you would sell hundreds of those.
All right. Well, we'll do a little rework. We'll put a little tag on there or something. Sure.
What do you guys in the chat room think? If Neeley had the new logo and it said something to the effect of the Truth Network or where the truth is really heard or something like that, would you guys be interested in that shirt?
Yeah,
Let us know.
And I'm thinking about having T-shirts made with the new logo. You know, I'm going to get some more of those button-down shirts made. I've been really remiss in doing that, but I'm going to get some of the new gasoline-style shirts made. I'm going to get those back in stock, and I'm going to get the new logo on a T-shirt for those of you who don't want a button down. And, then of course I'll have the traditional shirts still available. But, if you think that we should make a little modification and add something to that effect on there, I don't have an issue with that.
Right.
So
I'm sure the truth is out there.
Nah,
I don't like that one.
I don't either.
Truth should have been in print from day one. Okay, thank you. That's all we got so far. I guess people aren't as excited as I am about it.
All right, well, whatever. I mean, again, it's you got a good idea always comes with a little spark.
Yeah, I just think something about the truth because it's so lacking everywhere else. But you know what? We should have opened this show by saying that this show was sponsored by Black Lives Matter, because isn't that what we're supposed to do this week?
Well, we're going to talk a little bit about that.
We good?
Not for the show purposes, but I've been fed several things this week, and Sal especially sent me something that was just like, it's a product that I personally have not used, but a lot of people do. And we'll get your thoughts on it.
All right, because I received 100 emails from 100 different companies this week, including some really ridiculous fucking companies that have nothing to do with Black Lives Matter, except for it's a hip thing and they want to be tied to it.
Yeah, so, of course. Yeah, it's like, we but here, again, I'm going to reference Jericho Green, who's been very vocal this week about all of this, and he was just basically saying that. What happens is with situations like this, if you're not on board, that means you support the opposite. Rather than not support anything or choose not to be tied to anything, regardless of your viewpoint, they make it so you're opposite of what the acceptance is. It's just like people who are religious, who have religious beliefs, that if they're not supportive of, say, gay marriage or homosexuality, then you're anti-gay or you're a bigot or a homophobe.
Oh, you don't want to support gay marriage? Then you must want to throw gay people off the top of buildings.
Yeah, well, that's basically it. Yeah, but that boils down to that whole old adage, like, do you like to drink water? Yeah, I drink water all the time. You know who else liked to drink water? Hitler.
Exactly.
Same thing.
Stalin was a big water drinker.
Stalin drank a lot of water. You like drinking water? So did Stalin.
Yeah. You want to kill people.
Yeah. But it's always the gotcha.
Yeah, it is always. You want some of these slogans real quick that are coming in?
Let's see.
Truth hits harder than my dad.
No.
I kind of like that one.
Nah.
The truth hurts, so don't be a pussy. I kind of like that too.
Okay.
I could see the logo. I could see that on the website, like a circle, like the circle stuff, and have the truth hurts at the top, so don't be a pussy on the bottom.
Right.
I could see that one kind of going. I don't know about on a shirt because people then wouldn't buy it. The truth will set you free. The truth can't be handled. The truth is free. The truth hurts like daddy's dick.
Jeez.
if you can't handle the truth, fuck you, pal.
That's interesting.
That's not bad. Let's see. Is there any more up here? I think that's it for now.
All right. Well, we'll think about it.
Yeah. The truth hurts like daddy's dick. Jesus. Might be able to use that for cooter smiles.
Yeah, something like that. I don't know so much that our fans would like that.
Yeah, somehow I don't see, even though they're suggesting it, I don't know who suggested it, but I doubt they're buying that shirt and wearing it.
No. Please. Our fans.
I'd wear it.
I'm sure you would.
You know I'd wear it. I wouldn't give two fucks.
Well, one thing I am proud of, though, prior to the show, I saw a lot of people gathered in the chat room before the show started, everybody brandishing their weapons.
Oh, yeah. You got yours?
Yeah, of course I do.
Got mine.
But I noticed a lot of people, showing off their weaponry in the chat room.
Of course. Of course.
And, I heard a lot of people this week, listening to podcasts and things.
Mm-hmm.
I sent you over telling you about the podcast. What is it? The Fighter and the Boy or something like that?
Yeah,
or the Kid? Fighter and the Kid?
Yeah, something like
that. Well,
yeah.
I saw them at the beginning of their show this week. I don't watch the show. I only watched it for one thing that I was looking for. But they were talking about being that they're in L.A., they were saying that some of their quote unquote their anti-gun liberal friends were now asking them, hey, you guys got any like extra guns, maybe you could let me borrow one or something, or it's like
yeah, they don't want to go out and actually invest in it or support it, but they'll borrow yours and keep it handy.
But the thing is that I saw some of the statistics that, obviously handgun sales and ammunition is through the roof.
Oh, I'll bet. Dude, people don't want to be, people do not, I think I said it last week when I was going crazy. People, the worst mistake that can happen to anybody is to bring it to the suburbs. Because it's one thing to tear down empty buildings on a Sunday. It is a complete another thing to come at people's property and their homes. You come at their homes, they will defend it with their life. They will use knives, they will use guns, they will fire up their lawnmower or their chainsaw or whatever the fuck it is to defend it. People aren't going to fuck around with their homes. And you're seeing it.
Well, I got a good story about that. Something that happened very, very close to here. So I'll share that with you later in the show too.
Okay, good. Wow, sounds like we got a busy show.
Well, we do, absolutely. Hail and kill, caller. You're on the air.
Hail and kill, Neeley. Hail and kill, Chris. This is Kurt out here in Vegas.
Hey, what's going on there, Kurt? How's things in Vegas? I heard things are opening back up out there.
Yeah, they're opening back up, and some of the casinos are just stupid with their plexiglass nonsense at all the tables. But what you were talking about the guns, so I went to the Bass Pro Shop today, and it's connected to a casino, and as I walked up to the gun counter, there were about 30 people or more in line with numbers waiting to get to the gun counter, but at the gun counter, 80% of everything was all gone.
Yep. Wow. Well, I experienced that way back in either I believe it was February or the very first part of March when I bought my 44 at the Bass Pro Shop. That was the first time I had to wait in line and take a number.
Oh, it's been like this for a while, though, especially when things like this happen. When the Colorado thing happened a few years ago or whatever it was, when Obama was president, the same thing at the Bass Pro Shop. They just sold out. All the ammo was gone also. And you guys want to guess the demographic of about 90% of the people in line waiting to get guns?
Oh, I'm going to say that they were probably white suburban homeowners.
Wow, you must be psychic or something.
No, those are people who are actually going to buy a gun legally.
Oh, I know. Well, another quick thing, Neil, did you hear about the soccer player from LA Galaxy who got let go?
No, I haven't heard that. What's going on?
Well, you'll love this. This goes to something else. He got let go because of a tweet his wife made on social media, and she made it in a different language. So they're both Serbian, so she said something in Serbian, calling the protesters disgusting cattle, and they let him go.
Really?
Yeah.
Makes sense to me.
So this seems weird because, like Chris, what if all of a sudden, like, your daughter says something, or they find out that, you know, you're the father of one of your kids, and they let one of your kids go. That's how much nonsense it's gone to right now.
Yep.
With this bullshit.
Well, we gotta control speech.
Thankfully for me, I build my own businesses, so it's not very likely my kids will never have a job.
Well, it's good for them now, but they're guilty by association.
Yeah, but
According to everything.
What am I going to get fired from? And who's going to fire me? Me?
No, not you. Not you. If they find out that, you know, they're related to you, and they say, well, Chris is this and that, and, you know, they'll go after them.
2 of my 3 work for me, and the other one could if she really wanted to.
Okay.
So
And
I would take
since
care of
I'm-
it.
Well, being that you've you still drive an Uber around the city?
No, I'm a cab driver, and I've been. Well, they haven't called us back yet.
So that was going to be my next question. Being that the industry was shut down out there, I guess that kind of really put you out of a job.
Not really, because I'm getting $7.92 a week on unemployment and the $600 bonus. I'm making more on that than I have driving a cab.
Well, look at you.
And that $600 bonus, Congress approved that until July 25th. So I'm happy to be out of work right now. And I've lost almost 20 pounds.
Well, look at that. Got your ass out of the seat and felt like moving around a little bit.
Exactly. I mean, my wife's back to work, and they have all kinds of stupid protocols at her hotel. You know, wearing a mask, and people have to make reservations for certain things. But another driver went back to work, and he's still going to get partial unemployment and the $600 bumper, but he's not really all that happy about being back at work right now.
Yeah, because there's nobody going out, and plus if the casinos are running anywhere like my business is running, the first question everybody's asking me with my business when I get calls is, do I have to wear a mask? And the minute I say no, that's when they're like, oh, okay, well, what are your hours? Which means if I would have said yes, they would have hung up on me. People don't want to wear
it's the same here. It's encouraged to wear a mask, but you don't have to.
Yeah, well, it's the same here. And therefore, encouraged means, no, not for us. Fuck you. Fuck you,
The only time I had to wear a mask was when I went to the VA hospital the other day. They make you wear a mask, and that's about it.
It's been how many months now? 3 or 4?
Since March.
3? March to June,
Yeah.
3 months. 3 months,
Yeah.
I'm yet to wear a mask. I haven't worn a mask yet. Have you, Neely?
I have not.
Yeah, fuck that.
Well, that's all I got. My manager's calling. Hail and kill. Fuck you, pal. And job. I forget the other one.
That's enough.
There goes Kurt. Kurt from Las Vegas.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, fuck the masks. Imagine that. You've been out every single day during the fucking virus, never once wore a mask, and somehow you're not dead.
Nope. Not even sick.
Imagine that.
Can't
You haven't missed any work?
Nope.
You didn't have to self-quarantine?
Nope.
How could that possibly be?
I can't imagine.
Ugh. Unbelievable. You must be an alien.
I'm probably. Probably.
Yeah.
No. Anyway, we're moving past it. I think things are looking normal, whatever normal would be.
Sure.
And I could definitely tell that there was a different attitude in the air, especially today.
Yeah. Well, and it's just going to get better. Everybody that keeps saying that people are going to be, scared for months. No. People are going to go out once. They're not going to get sick, and then they're going to be right back to normal. That's how it's going to be.
Right.
It's getting out that first time that's going to be that's going to be the thing is, going out and doing something that first time back. And then once you do it that first time back, then you'll be like, yeah, fuck it. Who cares? I'm out.
Yeah, it's like the first time that new girl slides her hand down the front of your pants. It's pretty exciting. And then it's just like, yeah, let's do this again.
And then it's like, all right, if we have to.
Hail and kill, caller, you're on the air.
Our government said in Australia that those masks don't even work. The chief health minister said, they're just useless. So we don't really. People are still wearing them, but not on health advice. At least not in Australia.
Well, we've gotten the same word here, unless you had one of the really good ones, the ones that people made with their T-shirts or their bandanas, or of course the very porous one that your girl Alyssa Milano, Chris, was wearing. The crocheted one with all the holes in it. That one was very protective.
Yeah, sure was.
Well, I'm going to hang up in a sec, but I just wanted to say that. But also, are you guys going to put the absolute boot into Tommy Lee today?
We'll talk about that.
Two awful, horrible new songs that are out.
Come on, Tim. I was bugging when I heard them. Tim, I was bugging.
Oh my God. Just put the boot in. Hail and kill.
Neeley, you didn't hear those songs.
I didn't. No, I purposely avoided, doing any of that.
I cannot wait to present those to you tonight, and I certainly cannot wait to read the press release to you.
Well, again, I always avoid pre-screening anything just because I like initial reaction for everything.
You will definitely love this.
What was that what was that big hit that he had, Get Naked or something?
Get Naked, yeah.
Yeah, huge sale.
I like that song.
I'm sure you do.
$77 million made to watch me come.
It's slicker than cum on a gold tooth.
Come on, baby, make it hot. Ride the cock till you hit the spot.
Right.
Oof, Get Naked.
Mm-hmm.
Not gonna lie, I played that album a lot, Methods of Mayhem. I didn't hate it.
Okay.
I mean, it's not good, but I didn't hate it.
All right. Me, I heard it once, and that's the last and only time, and that was it. Like, yeah, I ain't playing that.
That's definitely not your demo.
No. And that Motley Crue tour, what was the tour that they did right after Tommy got out of jail?
Gen Swine.
Was that? I don't remember. All I remember is that I think that let's see. They played the Akron Civic during Generation Swine, and then they had that other one where they had that DJ guy spinning records before the show, or doing the scratching shit.
Yeah,
at the CSU Convocation Center.
I would with the spaceships. That
was
like
the
craziest tour from outer space or whatever.
I don't remember what tour that was, but I went to that at the CSU, and that DJ guy was up like on a cherry picker or something,
right?
Doing his scratching shit. It's like, what the fuck are you doing? This is Motley Crue. Sure. People are here to hear hard rock and metal, and you're up there scratching records. It's like this isn't a demo for this shit.
That was the Motley Crue versus the Earth tour you speak of.
Is that what that was?
That was in '97.
Yeah.
And I think the show that we saw at the
Akron Civic
was the Greatest Hits tour. A year later.
Okay.
It was a year later. It was Greatest Hits.
All right.
I'm pretty sure that's the way that worked.
Okay. I just remember going to both of those shows.
Yeah. And neither were good.
Hail and kill, caller, you're on the air.
There was the live swine listening party, which was 8 shows across the state. Then there was the Motley Crue versus the Earth tour, which was the continuation of the swine. And then Chris is right. Then there was the Greatest Hits tour, and then Maximum Rock.
Yeah, I remember Maximum Rock. That's when Anthrax was on that, and they dropped off, didn't they?
Yep.
Yeah, it was Megadeth and Motley and Anthrax dropped off.
What a great show. Yuck.
I did go to that. I did meet David Ellefson and Dave Mustaine for the first time. At that.
It must be nice to meet Ellefson.
met them at Blossom. Of course, Mustaine was kind of a dick.
Shocking.
Yeah, I know.
Breaking news. Dave Mustaine was a dick.
Yeah, no kidding. No, not the most pleasant gentleman to meet.
No, he's not.
He's definitely in that list of rock stars. How's that go? Rock stars you wish you'd never met.
Oh yeah.
Or you were sorry that you ever met.
Yeah, he's definitely one of them.
He's just
I've never got along with Mr. Mustaine.
Yeah, well, I don't know anybody who talks highly of Dave on a personal level. Obviously the music's great, but on a personal level, it's just, you never hear anybody say, yeah, Dave's a great guy, man.
Mm-hmm. It's funny because the Steel Panther Satchel was saying that this week about Nikki Sixx. He was like, I still love Motley Crue, even though Nikki Sixx is a dick. I was like, yeah, I get it. In my head, I was like, yeah, I'm right there with you, Satchel. Yeah. I get it. I like Motley's music too, but Nikki most certainly is a dick.
Yeah. Well, that's just how it goes.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, you don't always want to meet your favorite rock star kids.
I'll be honest, most of the times you don't. Most of the times, for as much as you do want to meet them, 99% of the time, it's better if you don't.
Right.
Because you're either going to get dickish because they don't want to be bothered with you, or cattle call. Hi, shake, picture, move it. And that sucks too. It's very rare that you get that moment where it's like, hey, let's go sit at the table and have some dinner and have a drink and chat. It just doesn't happen like that very often.
Well, I've told this story on the show before. My first encounter with Blackie Lawless, total dick. But later, after I interviewed him one-on-one and talked everything except music, never mentioned Wasp once, never mentioned music, just talked baseball and other things. He said, best interview I've ever had.
There you go.
And after that, I interviewed him a couple of more times. This was, during the early part of the 2000s when he was releasing "Dying for the World" and
Unholy Terror,
and stuff. So they were releasing them pretty quickly with what was the double one?
Neon God.
Yeah, the Neon God. So I interviewed him 3 times in fairly close succession, and every time he remembered me and extremely nice.
Yeah. And Blackie's pretty cool, but he's like Jeff Tate. We've listened to, and I mean, we used to play this game with listening to other people's Jeff Tate interviews and judging how quickly Jeff would get annoyed with them. Because Jeff's a tough interview. But if you come in and know your shit, then Jeff's a good interview.
Right.
We've never really had a problem with Jeff because we always knew everything that was going on. We were always well informed. And he, because of that, he was always fun with us.
Yeah. And he had at one point been the most frequent guest on the show.
Yeah. Yeah. He probably still is, of the guys that we don't know.
Mm-hmm.
He probably, I mean, of the guys that just come in when they have something to promote, he probably still is the most frequent guest.
You're probably right. Over the history of the CMS, he's probably been on the show at least 25 times.
Yeah. I mean, he's been on for every tour, every album, everything. He's always been on.
Yep. So it's always good to talk to Jeff. He's definitely he definitely has a very critical view of the interviewer. If like just what you just said there is that if you come off like a dumbass or a fanboy or just ask the empty questions, the what's it like questions and shit. He's got no use for you, but if you ask kind of in-depth or provocative questions, then he's willing to, entertain your interview.
Yeah. I always tell people, because people ask me a lot about interviewing, and my answer is so simple. It's all, it's start your question with the word how, because how doesn't leave a one-word answer available to you. How did you do that? How do you do that? How did you come up with that? It always leads to a discussion. It's, And I know that seems pretty simple, but if you think about it, that's the easiest way to get a discussion going, is to not ask do you think that? Well, that's a yes or no question.
Mm-hmm.
So you'll think they're shitty. They're just answering your question.
And then, the other one that's kind of a lead in is, well, talk a little bit about.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's another good one because you're putting all the impetus on them to speak. If you say, hey, talk a little bit about this new record, and they go, yeah, it's out now. Well, that's on them for not promoting their own shit.
Right.
That's their problem, not yours.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah, there's little methods to, doing a pretty good interview aside from knowing what you're talking about.
Yeah. That's why Neeley and I both cringe. And it doesn't happen often anymore, but it does happen once in a while. You slip up and you ask, well, what's it like?
What's it like question. It's just like, I
know. The minute it comes out your mouth, you want to pull it back in somehow.
I can't believe I just said, what's it like?
I know. It's when I do it, the first thing that goes through my head, I never even hear their answer, because the first thing that goes through my head is, man, am I going to get some emails from the fans killing me over that?
Right, of course. It's funny. Too funny.
Yeah.
All right. Well, what do you say we take a break, play a couple songs? Let's get into the meat of things here and, get things rolling in a good, positive direction, and let's entertain the folks.
Sounds good to me.
All right. Got something you'd like to hear?
I'll go from your favorite Anthrax album, We've Come For You All.
Okay.
I'm going to go with something that I know we've played before on the show, but I just was playing it today and I love it. Superhero.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah, of course. Yeah. The John Bush era, always my favorite.
Untouchable.
Yep. All right. Let's play some Anthrax at Superhero.
Here we go.
All right. Well, we'll play a few tunes. We'll come back and blah, blah, blah. So here it is. It's Anthrax exclusively here
on your classic metal show.